They thought I was dead, but I'm still living. Gentlemen, welcome back. I am reviving real news. Fellas, it has been quite a while. For many reasons. Many reasons. But lately, my personal choice. Gentlemen, how the hell are you? How have you been doing? I hope you all have been doing well and bettering yourselves, becoming smarter and stronger and more stoic. For make no mistake, gentlemen, we are in a battle. In every aspect that you can think of, your belief system, what have you, we are in a battle. But I hope you all are well. And I hope you all have been well. I'm aware that there's been a lot of BS going on in this arena. And that's another reason why I've decided to kind of just worry about myself and not worry about doing this or even being a part of it. But if there's enough that's been going on, and I've been a part of a lot of things behind the scenes, so I feel like I've been quiet enough. I let enough nonsensical bullshit go on. A lot of lies, deception, conniving. Well, the saying, don't mess with the quiet ones, is a saying for a reason. A lot of the stuff that I've seen in the last 10 months to 14 months should be ashamed of. But I digress, gentlemen. We'll dive into all that stuff in due time. I want to start this by saying, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every single individual man or woman who was there and who came to me when I actually did need something. And I was around my birthday last year. I'll probably do this in a separate way, a little bit more detailed and stuff, but I do want to take the time right now before I do anything to make sure that these gentlemen know that I'm fully aware of each and every single one of you that did it. I know who did it. And I will never forget that. And gentlemen, you have my word. I have damn near every single penny that was given to me still to this very moment that I'm speaking to you on May 10th, 2024. There might be a variation, $60, $80 that I have not been able to put back. But gentlemen, I have an idea of what to do and how to do certain things, and I've done very well with what you guys have blessed me with. It is not forgotten, and it never will be forgotten. I will take that with me to my grave. And that little lifeline was all I needed. You gentlemen will never understand what that meant to me and what it still continues to mean to me. I still have yet to find somebody that could survive like this, but I'm pretty good at it. I've taken that generous help, and I have thrived off of it since November of 2023. I thrived. I'm sure I'll get into detail one day about all these things, but gentlemen, make no mistake, I've turned it into everything that you guys intended. I turned it into housing. I turned it into bettering myself. I've turned it into everything that you can think of. You know, no, nobody did anything stupid with it. I never did anything like that. Uh, didn't buy no crazy toys. Didn't do anything stupid like that. No, I've uh, I've had my own place since then. I've been on my own, doing my own thing. I have my own bills. I'm not on any kind of anything. I don't exist to anybody. That's the way it should be as a man. I have all my receipts, all my rent's paid. Uh, yeah, I deal with this landlord every month. So, gentlemen, your money and your gesture did not go to waste. And you bank on that. You bank on that. Thank you, fellas. Thank you so much. And one fast, Dak, I'll never forget that you made that piece that you did for me, and you got the word out. There ain't a day that I wake up that's not on my mind. I almost said your name, bro. Yeah, but there's not a moment that I don't wake up that I don't. It's always on my heart, you know. All right, fellas. I'm gonna touch a little bit here. Bear with me through this part here. Most of you are aware, at the end of 2022, I had to make a life-altering decision. You guys know people were coming at me. There was things going on that were nefarious. I had to make a choice. And no, it didn't go the way that you would draw it up or that you would think it would, or people's gestures and intentions and blah, blah, blah. Word salad was whatever, no. But it happened for the reason it was supposed to happen. It happened the way God intended it. Well, gentlemen, I can confidently look back and tell you right now on May 10th, that was probably the best decision as an adult that I made. No, guys, things didn't work out the way that you would have drew it up. They came for blood. They went for blood, and they didn't get it. I was forced to make choices. I was forced into situations I didn't want. But gentlemen, boy oh boy, did this make me so much stronger and smarter and much more prepared. It has also afforded me the opportunity, gentlemen, to do one of the things I know certain people have never wanted. Oh, I've gotten almost everything squared away. In the 8th month time period, gentlemen, I chose to take care of things that I didn't have the means to take care of, or I just, you know, superiority, ego, whatever you want to say. I doubled down on my health and other things. And along that journey, gentlemen, I discovered something was wrong that I never knew. Never knew, really. No. Gentlemen, I've been sick for a long time and didn't know it. And I inherited some other things that I wasn't aware of either. But you, mark my words, I tackled that fucking beast head on. And I annihilated it. It was the most expensive thing that I've ever in my life. It was over 6 figures, gentlemen. And it was as close to, from what the men told me, close to as chemotherapy as you can get. Now, it destroyed me, guys. And on top of that, I took care of everything else. You know, the dentist. I got glasses back finally. A lot of stuff, a lot of things. Uh, but guess what? I can tell you right now, at 12:02 p.m. May 10th, 100% clean bill of health. Is probably going 3 weeks ago. I found out. You want to talk about fighting demons? You want to talk about a battle? Hey, gentlemen, I went through this and did all this, bro, on top of something that was not easy to go through. I don't want to say really what was going on because that's kind of personal, and I don't need anybody running their mouth because I know how this goes and I know how this works because I had it and I know every way possible that you can get it. I'm not going to be lumped into whatever kind of the category because like I know how I got it. Like they kind of thoroughly vet you, gentlemen. Let me tell you something. In my country, the divided states of America, they do segregate your health care, okay? If they think you're whatever, even if you've never touched it in your life, you ain't getting whatever medicine or health care. You are getting stuff that's not going to guarantee to work or cure you. You're going to go through it. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for me, I would have never gotten the treatment I got, guys. My eyes were open to a lot of shit. I got lucky, okay? I got lucky. I could have been put to some other fucking specialist or doctors who didn't care or stereotyped. I got lucky. And here, guys, the worst part about this, I'm not 6 foot. I'm not even 5'10". The amount of weight this stuff put on me, guys, killed me. I mean, it killed me. I had to go take other medicine just so I could get dressed. I didn't even want to brush my teeth. Y'all think it's a game when it comes to the health as a man. It ain't a game. All this drinking alcohol and eating good and all this other stuff, man. You think you eating good, you ain't eating good. A dad bod is not a good thing. The good news is, gentlemen, I've squashed all of that. I've squashed it. I'm under 200 pounds. I'm in a size 32 waist. I can wear my shoes again. Yeah, it's been a personal war. Let me tell you. Yeah, gentlemen, I have been through it. I have been through it. You see, before I found out that I was sick, and before I really decided, you know what? I know who I am and what I am, and I'm not being lumped into these categories, and I'm not being whatever. And everybody else is unmotivated, don't care, and scrolling and beach beluga land whale diving. You know what I mean? Like, forget that. I made a choice. I had a decision. But you guys need to understand of how big of a deal this was. You see, a year ago at this time, you could say Reviving was homeless. Politically correct? Yes. Technically, no. Once again, gentlemen, because I've been forced into this man-hating, gynocentric slave system, because I had offspring. I know how to do certain things and how to maneuver things that I wish I didn't. But I also have faith in God in my life. And I believe that God does things for a reason. And I believe things happen for a reason. And God does give us free will to choose. A gentleman, in April of 2023, yes, I had to make a choice. So I left the females of my family that I was living with in this city. And I did go to a shelter on a Sunday. I carried 2 backpacks on me from one part of this city that has almost 1 million people to where the shelter was. And I was there for weeks. And I believe it was a Monday or Tuesday evening. I went to go back. At that time, I smoked. I no longer smoke, gentlemen. I've quit that too. I quit that. I quit that. I went to go smoke a cigarette at this time. And there was a dude out there. I thought it was some salesman, dope boy, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Some wannabe gangbanger. Some dude thought he was black, but he white. And he's out there doing his thing, and I'm thinking whatever I'm thinking. Well, somebody that I had to have acquaintance to because he kind of slept in my relative area. He's, oh, come here, talk to this guy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, I don't do drugs. Like, what the fuck? It wasn't that. And this is how I know God is real. God did that, gentlemen. That was right. That was God. You see, that gentleman worked for a company, a recovery center. Drugs and alcohol. I don't drink. I don't use needles or none of that stuff. I'm guilty of smoking marijuana, and that's it. And I was pretty forthcoming with this guy. I'm like, look, I was kind of off-putting, kind of confrontational. Like, look, man, get the fuck away from me. I'll be on this because I'm in here. Don't be stereotyping and labeling me. You don't know me. I ain't even from here. Like, I'm not even, I'm hours away from where I'm from. I don't know you. And he just kept like, oh, man, blah, 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 blah. And I'm letting this dude talk to me. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is he pushing something? And I don't even... And I was adamant, like, bro, look at my skin, like piss test me. Like, I only got THC in me. Like, well, what are you trying to do, man? Like, you're not going to brainwash me or whatever. And he hits me with the sales pitch. And it goes like this. Well, you're a such and such white dude, and you're blah, blah, blah homeless, and you're in here, or they don't care about white people, and they don't care about men specifically. They don't care if you get housing or to get out of here or you die. He was like, so why not use the system for your advantage? And he was like, I don't care. And he's like, my bosses don't care and the company don't care. As long as you follow the rules, You stay sober and you do what's required of you. And I'm sitting there, wait a minute. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, wait a minute. This is too good to be true. This don't sound right. Like, this don't sound, and I was confrontational, fighting everything. I'm like, this is some dumb shit. But he wouldn't stop pushing. And he kept looking at me, and he kept like, bro, what are you doing here? Then he hits me. He hits me. Oh, well, I'm from here. I'm not from here either. And he's like, do I know you? Because you look familiar. Were you ever here? Did you ever blah, blah, blah? Gentlemen, tell me why this guy was from the same city I had just moved from. So I let him talk a little bit more personal. I got in his car, shut the door, rolled the windows up, we talked business. So I told him, fine, run the stuff to see what's checked and approved. You got to have a check on. You can't have arsons, and you can't have like sexual pedophile stuff. You can't have none of that. So they run the stuff. Well, obviously I had a choice to make at that moment. And I did make that choice. I did game the system. I did. I don't have no problems. But you see, that's not the point, fellas. It happened for a reason. I had a choice to make. If I would have made the wrong choice, I could be dead right now. I was sick, didn't even know it, fellas. Remember 10 minutes ago when I told you this? I was sick and didn't know it. So that night, gentlemen, I left the homeless shelter. And then I embarked on a 6-month warfare. That I climbed the mountain and became the motherfucking king. I went into the belly of the beast, gentlemen, and make no mistake, and I understand one or two of you that hear my voice because I speak to you on the phone. I know you're in whatever you're in. And I understand different organizations, different states, and everything. But you're not going to change my belief because I just did this and I conquered it and I came out the best of my class, the best the company ever had. I don't need anyone to tell me what I already been through and know. I know this is the demonic, devilish, man-hating, gynocentric system. It is a money laundering scheme. They don't want you clean and sober. They don't want you healthy. Argue with me on that one and you will not win. I will be bringing people on my channel that went through this in the same place that I did, and they will tell you and back my words up wholeheartedly. They will tell you who ran what. They will tell you. Make no mistake about it. I know what I know. That right there, gentlemen, allowed me to double down on everything. To do me, focus on everything that I needed to focus on. And I went through it, guys. I went through it. This was a complete feminist, devil, man-hating, racist, disgusting thing. All single fucking mothers who hate white men and hate sobriety. They hate God. They hate America. And they wanted to cuck and emasculate every single one of the clients and get at me and I'll squash you. They didn't want not one man in there. They didn't want one man succeeding. Every single day from the end of April, it was April 17th until November 3rd of 2023. every day at 6 in the morning till 10 or 11 at night. This was a warfare and a war front on every scale that you could think of, minus weaponry. And I mean this. The psychological and the mental stuff is shit that I have... Oh, my Lord. These gentlemen will tell you who enemy number one was. They will tell you who was the most hated. But as sure as I say this, gentlemen, who do you think had the respect and the command of the entire fucking organization? At the end of the day, gentlemen, they would even bow down to me. Masculinity, stoicism, faith always win. Your hygiene, your manners, and conduct of character always win. To those of you who struggle, find faith, be selfish. Recovery and sobriety is a selfish program and process. It is not an occult mentality and a feminist hive mind. The weak and feminized fail. The stoic, independent, and strong survive and thrive. But you see, all of those things, that time period, the last year, and then what has been happening since about February of 2024 till now, is why I want to talk. You see, gentlemen, because now I have seen firsthand an entire different demographic, city, and part of my country now. I have a much better understanding of what's going on here. Gentlemen, you are at war. Whether you see it, believe it, or understand it, you're at war. And every hour that goes by, you lose more and more weaponry and resources. The time is now. Let's revive some real news, gentlemen. The real, untold story of America, gentlemen. You see, I've already known certain things for a very long time because of my family, what I've seen, experienced. And I have had whatever in the real world, success, failures, experiences. You men need to understand this, and I can speak on this because mine was the first generation or whatever you want to say to that dealt with this and grew up with this, guys. Okay? A lot of you probably won't like this because you live it. And that's fine, because we're all guilty to a degree, gentlemen. By our entertainment, our clothing, and our vocabulary. I'm fully aware I'm guilty of it, guys. Racism's real, okay? And it's not the people of color that do it. And this goes to the 70s and the 80s, guys. And I've said this before. I've made content about this, but I'm doubling down and I'm going to hammer this home. It's a war. They're coming full. They're bringing everything. Like, you could even say this is like a Warhammer 40K scale, what they're doing. I mean, they got the front lines. They've got they got the sea, the air, the land. They've got it all. This is real. And they knew what they were doing. You know, the Disney movies with the dark, tall, the blah, 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 the dark, the dark, the dark, the dark, the dark, 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 dark. Well, you see, gentlemen, then it festered like a fucking virus. You know, it festered like, a wound that you don't put peroxide on and clean. It festered. And it got worse. Expedited. It grew. But you see, what was the glue that held it together? That encouraged the growth? And that injected steroids? The answer? Single mothers. You see, you're sitting on their welfare-riddled fat asses all day eating Cheetos and fucking Twinkies. Sitting around watching Phil Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, Jerry Springer, Rivaldo, Ricky Lake. Well, then you see, here we come with the music video epidemic. You see, they were already taught growing up, dude, in their movies. The tall, dark, yada, yada, dark, 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 dark. And then comes the epidemic of the music video scenes and the magazines and the music. You see, then it turned into only people that got money, only people who are fun, that can dress, or that anything, are men of color. I'm going to call it out. Rappers and you fucking athletes. And you wannabes. Well, this goes on and this happens and this gets worse. And you've got a whole bunch of boomers and traditionalists stuck on things and refuse to see what's in front of their eyes. Refused, absolutely refused to open your fucking eyes and see. All the while, you want to put the blame on us. Well, we're not doing this, or we're whatever, or we're rah, rah, rah. Excuse me? Excuse me? No. So you see, these women grew up, or might have already had children, but then they grew up and went on to have kids. And they showed their daughters how to have fun and how to get money and how to be lazy, disgusting, entitled, narcissistic, racist, cum-guzzling, gutter slut trash. And they also taught their sons to be simp cucks, criminals, drug dealers, the vile scum of the earth. Why is that? They turned their kids into what they could never have or what they wanted. But gentlemen, here's where the men come in. You see, as we get in the late 80s and the 90s, a lot of men started to get left, divorced. A lot of men started getting fucked over way more out in the open. I went to school starting in 87, 88. I am telling you, I was at the forefront of this, and I know what I saw growing up, and I know what I'm guilty of. I saw this growing up as a child. I saw the absolute shift in the hatred and then the absolute worshiping of the other side of the aisle. So it was a two-front warfare. It was the fathers, and it was us young boys in real time. We were the first ones that had to deal with this, really deal with this in our lives on a daily basis. And everything made it worse. It just expanded this torture. You were bombarded from an every hour basis wherever you went. BET, MTV, the radio, sports. And it just got worse. The clothing. Everybody pushing Jordans and Nike. And jewelry. Took away everything that was righteous and good. I can tell you, by the time I got to 5th or 6th grade, the teachers were giving up. The teachers were done. They were being replaced by single mother feminists. And very few of the fathers, stood up against it. My dad stood up against it. He was not allowing it to happen to his children. So nobody was doing anything. And you know something? I can sit back at my age now and actually look, because I've been listening to what's going on now, and I know what the culture's got. I know what's going on, and we'll dive into this. But now I can sit back and think, why were these females being treated like this, and what was going on? Like, why are you wearing a coat in April? Why are you wearing a coat in freaking August? Because you was a pregnant teenage single mother. So we as children that became teenagers, we realized what the women in our grade, above us, below us, etc., what they were all going for, what they were dressing, who they were giving the numbers to, whose trapper keepers they were taking or swiping notes in. We didn't have phones. We didn't have that. We had trapper keepers and TI-82 calculators, fellows. Yes, we had to do things the real way, the hard way. We had to prove our work. You see, so we were dealing with this. And you see, it got worse as we got older. And by the time, gentlemen, I probably got to about 1998, 1999, is when the powers that be and the control system dropped their nuclear bomb on the Caucasian culture and the white man itself. Those of you in the know and those of you that got intellect are knowing exactly what I'm talking about and what happened at that time. How did they complete their infestation? How did they complete their coup? How did they complete the racist game? By, gentlemen, they released upon the world Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. Eminem. And gentlemen, if our grandfathers and fathers thought that our social stuff and our culture and our quote-unquote music and everything was already whatever, gentlemen, the bomb was dropped. The era of the wannabe, the thuggerone, was born. And gentlemen, but that wasn't the real thing, you see. What really took off, but nobody spoke about, or nobody anything, because you see, we men at that time in our late teens, early 20s, were gaslit and lied to. Lied to. This is single mothers. And nobody said anything. And a lot of these were older. They had already become racist. Some of them had already started having mixed children. And you see, gentlemen, our fathers had a benefit that we will never have. They could at least fake it to make it if they wanted a relationship with a woman that might have had children. But at that time, dude, it was the perfect storm. They knew it. They created it. And here we are. Everything went to shit. And the white man was the one who was the casualty of this, intended casualty. Our beliefs, our style, our taste, our discipline, our values, our morals, ethics, standards, beliefs, everything was compromised in the name of intimacy. Gentlemen, we sit here on May 10th, 2024. The average Caucasian woman anywhere in this realm hates her genetics, her gender, and absolutely hates the thought of a Caucasian man touching her. Now we have no marriage, no births. We have transationships, prostitution. And we have this completely disgusting, racist social media. It's filth. So now, guys, there's a lot of men my age or close to my age. You're shit out of luck. You're shit out of luck. That's just one part of this warfare, guys. You have to understand what is real. And what's real is the racism against you in every aspect. Your food, your music, your clothing, the way you breathe, the way you talk. I mean, look at the children today. Look at the way an average 24-year-old guy dresses. He dresses like an LG HD TV, Optimus Prime, Transformer, NBA rapper, Insta Thoughts. I mean, it's a complete mixture of all of this. And it's nothing manly about it. I'm here to tell you, the gentleman who created this rap stuff and the people who did the real street stuff and the people who did real rock bands and garage bands and all this, they're turning over in their graves right now. You guys have to understand why the game's already over before you even decide to sign up or play. And you don't see it because you're going along with it. You're participating in the social media, the clothing, the not having respect for yourself, the way you talk, what you consume, what you listen to, and everything. You guys just think it's normal. You think it's okay to go around wearing them pants that cut the circulation off to your leg. Why? Because Beach Beluga Betty down the street might let you get wet. What the fuck's wrong with you? Have some dignity and respect about yourself. You have to understand, guys, you're not even the third option here. So stop. Stop even caring. Stop even participating and absolutely draw a line and stand up and go against it. Reclaim back your culture. Reclaim back your life, your health. Everybody decided to keep up with the Joneses and whatever else, and then look what you neglected. Look where we're at. No, it's not right. It's not right, because you know what's funny? A real black dude's going to sit there and look at you right in your face and tell you how much of whatever you are because you completely refuse to acknowledge who you are and what you are. You're going to tell me the average Caucasian woman, they're more manly and black than a black man? You can go fuck off with yourself on that one. I'm calling you all out, you pieces of shit. You're more manly than a dude from the 1960s. You disgusting racist pieces of crap. You guys got to understand, it's already over before you play. It's disgusting. When I was a kid, Children's Services used to get involved when you did this kind of crap because they thought the woman was delusional. You consider these women are raising their sons to hate the color of their skin and to go worship rugs and all this other crap. It don't make sense. It makes no sense. Racism is real, man. And I know this goes on overseas too because I see it. I see how they treat the white men. But what makes me even more sad is there's enough of them, enough men who are so desperate or so beat down and brainwashed into believing they don't have it in them to do better or to be stoic or independent. They give in to the urge and the desires and the temptations, and they sleep with them. So it keeps the cycle going. Gentlemen, it's real. They don't like you. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't. And then look, here's the truth of the matter. At the end of the day, you get made fun of for talking out of the way, dressing out the way, spending all that money on that fake crap. You get dogged for it, man. You get dogged for it. I grew up with this, guys. I saw it firsthand, and I know it happens. I know it's all over. It's everywhere now. So many people are weak to speak on it. Call it out for what it is. Accountability. And you women are so stupid. Okay, go ahead and do it, have your fun and do whatever. But at the end of the day, you took away and removed any bailout you have in your 30s and 40s because you all are raising a bunch of lost, mixed race, whatever kids, man, that the dudes don't even have a chance to fake it to make it. Where when I was growing up, you had a hard time telling if somebody was divorced. Today, you can tell a mile away when someone's a scent cuck loser because they're with a woman who's carrying a fucking crayon box with her. You know, the other part of this, guys, is, and this is going to piss people off too, but I don't care because I've had to live with this and I've got to deal with it still, and it's disgusting, and you ought to be ashamed. There's no self-awareness or self-accountability in the average guy today at all. You guys aren't even aware of your hygiene, and I don't care. I just completed an entire program, and I ran that program. I ran it. And dude's gonna come on my channel and tell you this. I ran that thing. I'm the one that did everything. I'm the one that called the shots. I know what I'm saying. I will call it out because I lived it and I still do it. You don't even have self-awareness. How can you be that overweight and seriously think that someone's gonna entertain sleeping with you? For real, like, gentlemen, check yourselves. It's gross. It's completely disgusting, and you just make everything worse. Then they come off bitter and more angry than they were 10 minutes before you walked up to them. Okay? Like I said, this place I had to deal with was all ran by females. I got to see and hear every side of every coin you could throw in the fountain. Okay? And that's the truth. Y'all want to sit there and throw stones. Well, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, you dumbass, because it's going to get shattered. You're sitting out here running your mouth and sitting there getting all mad when somebody says no or someone does this. Look in the fucking mirror. You've got dudes in their 30s and 40s whose mothers haven't even shown them how to brush their teeth. How do I know this? Because of my age, I just spent the last 7 months having to deal with this. And by 9:30, they were wondering why they were ghosted or why the fucking lady behind the desk told them to kick rocks. There's guys that don't even know how to lather soap. then the shaming tactics come in. Oh, well, if you take care of yourself, a drug addict's going to say, or a beach beluga land whale's going to say you gay. Well, you could take that bullshit, turn it sideways, and stick it right up your LG HD rainbow dildo ass. I am dead serious, man. You can't throw stones if you live in a glass house, man. And if you can't even wipe your ass and wash your ass, you got no room to talk, man. And you got no room even trying to play a rigged game. You gentlemen got to understand, no doctor, especially if you got problems, man, is going to take you serious if you ain't even serious about yourself. Look, man, I know a lot of people don't drive. You can't be walking at 80, 78, 90 degree temperature to that female's house or wherever and then be seriously not having the wherewithal, man, to know, okay, I'm going to be sweating my nuts off. I got to change clothes and have deodorant, this, that, and the third. Like, you guys don't even think, man. You go to your work and you stink. You're covered in whatever because you had to walk. You don't even have the common sense to wear something shitty while you walk. Get there 10 minutes early to change your shirt or something. And you wonder why you get fired. You cannot, in today's society and culture, go to an employer or show up for your shift without even brushing your teeth and then wonder why you get sent home. Gentlemen, and I know what this is. It's because, man, all the men that when I broke them down or I ripped them in their assholes and I ripped them until I broke them down, they all said one same common denominator. Single mother. Single mother. Oh, well, I was never taught this. I was never shown this. Oh, I didn't know that this is different for a guy because my mom said this. Oh, well, I didn't know men have to do this at this age because my mom said this. No, there is no such thing as equality. We're not equal. What's the matter? You got serious dudes out here, man, who've been duped by their single moms, and they using the wrong products on themselves, and they damaging their bodies permanently, man. You can't be putting stuff on your private parts, yo. You can't be doing this. Gentlemen, I'm serious, man. Those are the two things that right now it is the most nefarious, disgusting stuff. Is the racism against the white man and the absolute BS, blindness, and lack of self-awareness when it comes to hygiene. I'm serious. Look, you have got to get over the fear of missing out. 20 minutes in the bathroom, you're not missing something. You're not missing anything. You're not. Go in the bathroom, man. Go wash your face, brush your teeth. If you got to shave that day, shave. And I don't care. You cannot get clean in 5 minutes in water. You can't do it. Look, I am bald, gentlemen, and I can't get clean in 5 minutes. You can't do it. You have to lather the soap, man. You have to wash your under your arms and your private, and you have to wash your butt cheeks, man. What's the matter with you? You have to understand that the second something's wrong with you, you got to go to this person, the doctor, the specialist, whoever it may be, even the phlebotomist. The second you do this, you are already on a social scale. That's going to determine right away how they're going to talk and judge you. I am trying to educate you on what is happening to you. Want better, gentlemen. Do better. You have better in you. You just been lied to and told that you aren't, that you're a useless Caucasian man or you're just a blah, blah man. No. And guess what? So many of you been raised by single women. I have a very good idea and understanding why you are out of shape. Because everything that you've been taught is on a female emotional bullshit. Like a dude rips into you because you fucked up at work. You come home and you lay in a fetal position and eat food. I've seen this. It is incredible. And when I break them down and rip their asses, oh, well, this is what I blah, blah. No, man, that's not what dudes do. Dudes don't do this. You don't, this is not what happens. No, no, no. And another thing that I've noticed about this being raised by women is the absolute pathological habitual lying. There was only one other guy that I was aware of the entire time that even had a dad or knew men in his bloodline. That is disgusting. Hey, gentlemen, I promise you, I don't care how bad it was. I don't care if it's still that bad. You have it in you. You have it in you to be a man. You have it in you to get in that bathroom, and you have it in you to not partake in a game that is specifically designed from the ground up against you. You know what? You have it in you. Let go. Want better. Strive for better and do better. I will, on an ending note, gentlemen, I'll say that kind of a reason that I'm a little fired up and have things on my mind is the last month I had the great blessings to run across a song or a channel. The song is called "Now You're a Single Mom." And gentlemen, why this is important, because you see, this ties into how I started about the actual racism here and what it really is. You see, I know how my country works. I know what pushes my culture. I know what pushes the women. I know what pushes the consumerism. I know what pushes all the other shit. And get mad and call me all the names you want, because guess what, man? We was raised sticks and stones can break my bones, but names and words don't hurt me. Get at me, dog. I don't care. I don't care. But how you get it and how you get them to pay attention, listen, and shame them and make them feel guilty and hold the accountability is through the culture. And in my country, the culture is the urban ghetto trash. And sadly, that's the truth, guys. You don't like it? That's because you don't want to deal with reality and admit it. That's because you don't want to accept reality. You want to stay in the Twitter sphere delusion nonsense. Well, the reality is this is what moves the females. It's the dark, and it's the me, and that's the rap culture. Well, this guy's got it really good, and it is comical, and it's great. His name is Brandon Jamal, and it's Now You a Single Mom. And this dude's right. He's absolutely, and guess what? He's calling it like I am. It's you white women. It's you white women. And it's a big thing right now. It's a very big movement happening, guys. And I'm bringing this up because I encourage everyone to look at this weekend and listen to it, especially Sunday. You see, Mother's Day died when I was born. There ain't no Mother's Day. Now it's National Strong, Independent, Stunning, and Brave Single Whore Day. Who's going to celebrate this and encourage this? Not me. You're not duping me and gaslighting me. You're not tricking me. No. The concept of any of these things died 3 decades ago. It's over. It's over with. I will be doing my part on Sunday. I will be playing that song and the many variations of it. I will be playing it. And you know something? I don't like the whatever other things behind this guy, because I know his little jabs and I know his whatever. I'm not going to really say, because I'm not trying to be accused of being whatever, but I know his digs and I know his attacks and I know what he's trying to say. You can fuck off with that, bro. You don't fucking know us. You can just run your mouth based on these wannabe wanksters and thuggerones, but you don't know us. So respectfully, you can fuck off with all that crap about, oh yeah, you white people this and you white people that. Fuck you. Fuck you. But I really salute your message. I salute your message and I salute the movement, because you had intellectual wherewithal to understand how to combat the devil. And you fight fire with fire. So I salute you for that. It's not about the messenger, gentlemen. It's about the message. Hence, how I can tolerate and go through him attacking and using words and saying shit. Because it ain't about the messenger. It's about the message. And the message is very damn important. It's very important. Because he's bringing shame back. He's bringing it back beautifully. Beautifully bringing it back. Gentlemen, I will walk where I live, and I will walk the sidewalk in the alley to go to the store to get snacks or whatever, and I will play proudly. I will play the Spanish version. I don't give two flying fucks. No, it's over. It's over. I've learned enough in the last year about a lot of things about myself. I'm standing my ground. You're not going to shame me. I know who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. I am proud of what Guys, you got to be able to tell in my voice. Look, the difference is I've really never fit in nowhere, or never been accepted, or never, nah, for real, I never have. I don't want to say faked it, I've had moments, but look, guys, from the end of last April until as I'm talking right now, I promise you, and I don't use this word, but I'd be happy, for real, I'd be happy. You guys don't know the difference in me from when I last made content to now. You don't know the difference, guys. You don't know how I get treated when I go out where I go. Hey, if y'all knew where I lived, you would know this ain't whatever rodeo. This is the real deal. I live in a big city. I live in one of the biggest ones in the world. It is the biggest growing city in my country. I don't care, man. You can go try to be internet detective. You still ain't gonna get at me. I know where I am. I know where I go. I know who took care of my health. I know who took care of my health. I know who was there with me and for me. And I know how I get treated. And it's because of how I conduct myself, carry myself, and take care of myself. I've never been welcomed or belonged anywhere, guys. I never have, man. And I kick myself in my behind for not even thinking this was a reality long time ago, guys. I've lived in this area before, and it was one of the worst things I ever did. Horrible people, horrible town, horrible everything. The environment was bad, the people, adultery was very rampant, drug abuse, and it was very, very the wrong kind of Caucasian stuff. Like the worst part of Caucasian stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it was very bad. And, like when this happened to me, I didn't even think of anything like this would be a possibility. I never thought that I'd feel like this, or even how I get, seriously. And the truth of the matter is, gentlemen, it started in that entire organization. Because I refused to conform. I stood my ground on my beliefs, principles, and I did not act like nobody else. I didn't go in no cliques, gangs, groups, none of that stuff. I stood for myself, by myself, put the work in by myself. And everyone from the top president to the caseworkers all knew it, man. They all were signing my papers. So yeah, I know. I know. That's when it started. And I didn't know that that's what was going on. But I've been away from it for so long now that, when I go out and do what I do, that's how I know the difference. Because people, man, I ain't never been treated like this. It don't matter where I go. It don't matter, for real. And I thank God every single day that I made this decision, because it's the best thing I ever did as an adult. Forgive me, guys. I gotta take my hoodie off. But it is the best decision that I ever made. There would be months where the place I lived before, I'd go to the same places all the time. Ain't nobody be nice to me. Nobody say nothing. You know what I mean? You get like rude comments or racist comments and stuff like this. Hey, this is 3.5, 4 times bigger than where I came from. I'm telling you. I see everything. I see different countries. I see different life, religions, everything. And I know how I get treated. This be my home. This be my home, gentlemen, and I'm happy. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't even have any money. I don't have anything, and these people have access to my stuff. I can walk into the doctor, the pharmacy, wherever, and everybody stop what they doing and come talk to me and say hi, give me a hug, or like I'm bald, so like they'll mess with my head, because I'm bald. But it's pretty cool. Hey, it's pretty cool, man. I mean, like the one dude I know, he makes good money. The dude is always traveling out of state all the time, and he goes out of his way to talk to me. He knows I'm a nobody, no money, but it's how I carry myself and how I talk and treat people and what I be doing. There's been 2 times I've met some pretty famous people in there, and they've been. I mean, you would have thought differently how if you saw the interaction, and it's surreal to me. I get to go to a place, man. There's a lot of men and women that would die to be able to go to or send their kids to or stuff like this, and I can do it whenever I want to, man. And when I go, the way I get treated, man, it's a humbling experience, man. It's like an emotional, like spiritual thing because I never in a million years dreamed that I'd be able to go there, let alone the way I get treated. I've never. They took so good care of me, man. Like nobody treated me bad, not one time, except like the recovery program. But who cares? Like that was what it was for, and I appreciate my time and everything that I had. But no, I learned so much more about myself, and this reassured me that a lot of my beliefs and stuff I've been right. Like one of the people who've been helping me and taking care of me when I had these things going on, she was a woman, and she left this month to go to a different city for her career. And even she was like looking back at the last whatever months, she was just floored with it. And she said it herself. She was like, people respect you. She was like, people, because like we be doing stuff, and I'd have to talk to her, and people would just come in and make comments about this hoodie or your shoes or this and this about how does this you look. It's so different. But it's because I chose to make a difference about myself. I I don't know if it's because of what my family was doing to me when I moved here, or if it's what I saw that I was around, and I refused to listen to this program and these females tell me that I couldn't hold myself at a different standard. I was always told by these women that I gotta put myself in this category and I can't whatever, but I refused to listen to that because when I got up every day at 6, I'm like, wait a minute, man, don't nobody anything, and I no, I refused it. And when I refused to do that and I held myself to a different standard, accountability, and practices, I'm reaping the benefits, guys. I'm telling you, I'm reaping the benefits of it. I don't have any money. I don't have anything. I got nothing. And these people treat me better than these little bastards that got money. I can't make it make sense. Look, man, when it came down to whatever at the end of this program, that's another reason when I knew that I made the right choice. Because when you can go from a house full of dudes wanting to kill you or do whatever because you're doing things right and you got this and that and you doing things and you got stuff and they in their feelings. But when it comes down to the end of the day or it comes down to the shove time, it comes down to the nitty gritty. Hey, this guy that'll come on here will tell you. Everybody respected me and listened to me. And we got it done. We got it done as a unit. We got it done together. Hey, they will tell you, each and every single one of them will tell you, from the ones who got kicked out, from the ones who moved on, and to the ones that graduated. When they came in, that lady in the organization said it was the worst thing, the worst blah, 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 blah. Hey, look, when it came down to my birthday and it come down to the holiday season, every place that I had graduated or was at, when I left it, it was the best of the entire organization in this part of America. Like, I know what the emails said. I know what the people that ran the housing stuff said. I know what it was. It went from being the worst graded whatever to the most whatever, to where nobody was even coming to check on the clients or check on the managers or nothing. The house managers used to be able to not do breathalyzers or do meds. It would take them over an hour to do it. I could knock all the stuff out in 12 minutes. That's 8 to 9 guys, breathalyzers and doing meds. They went from having no clients or nobody going to meetings or passing drug tests to where they would come in and there would be nobody in the house because everybody would be going out and doing their meetings or be going to the doctor. But I was enemy number one, guys. But, hey, man, I've rambled long enough here. I had no idea this been this long. I really appreciate you guys for making it this far if you did stick around, and you got my sincerest apologies. Yeah. But, hey, I really didn't know how this would go. I didn't know if I would do it this long or if I would even do this. No, this was not as bad as I thought, fellas. This is good. This is good. We'll see. We'll see if this gets to stay up because of my colorful language and my beliefs. Hey, YouTube, I've got every right to stand for my people and stand for my beliefs and my religion. I've got every right to stand for the color of my skin, and I don't care if you don't like that. You cannot attack my sons, our daughters, our sons, our grandfathers. You can't attack them because of the narrative or your rap lyrics or to promote these women chasing the bag. You know, because according to YouTube and Twitter and everything else, only people that got bags are athletes and rappers. You guys, you be proud of who you are. You be proud of where you come from. Don't forget where you come from. I know everybody be struggling. Everyone's going through it. I know what the world is. But they don't want you to know that you have it in you to take control. That's the thing. They don't want you to know that. I'm living proof of this. I'm telling you, this dude's going to come on here, and there's probably 2 of them that got no problem talking. You guys can call out every single thing about me and everything that I've said. You can call it out. Here's the little secret sauce. One of these guys has known me for a long time. And I thought he was dead. I ran into him here. Now, I talk to him every day now. He'll tell you. There ain't been one fakeness or one lie coming out of reviving. He will tell you the improvements in the last 15 years, too. I hope this didn't bother nobody too much, and I hope somebody can take something out of this. I thank you all. I thank you for everything in the last year. I thank you guys for still listening and being here. And understand we are at war. It's how we navigate it, network it, and work together. That's going to determine the outcome and how we do it. Stand on your principles, your morals, beliefs, your faith. Get faith, guys. Get faith. I implore you to get faith. They're not alone, gentlemen. We might live alone. We might go about daily life alone. We are not alone, okay? Forget what the internet says. Forget all the movements and the articles and everything, okay? We're in this. We're in this together. Those of us that look at the other one as an enemy, we're still in this together because at the end of the day, they after men. And men's not a country, a color, or whatever, you know. Take care of yourselves, gentlemen. Stand on your ground. And as always, if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. This has been Reviving Real News.